Hey, welcome back. I want to do a quick tour of the yard today. It's March 31st and we are kicking into spring in northeast Georgia. Got a lot of work done and filmed a lot of different things today, but I just want to do a walk around and show you what I got going on in the lawn. So let's go check it out. All right, full spring mode going on here. We got pollen, we got bees, we've got rain kind of moving in, but I'm not sure if it's going to show up on the camera, just starting to get that green haze on the Bermuda. If you watch my video, I'll link it below, on when to scalp your Bermuda lawn. We are getting really close to hitting all the different elements that we need to do the scalp. So April 2nd is my estimated last frost date. That comes here in a couple days. Starting to visually look with your eyes and see the green haze, and then the soil temps and nighttime temps are starting to really kind of creep up into that 60s, so it's almost go time. Do kind of a little close up. I do have some POA going on, but there is also some Bermuda that's starting to sprig as well mixed in, so it's going to be go time very soon to scalp this Bermuda lawn. Gonna run over it with the Toro, bag everything and scalp it. I'll do another video on that. Let me show you something that I'll do another video on as well. If you've got a lot of POA and different weeds coming out of the winter, you can see this area still has a lot of weeds. It's got a bunch of weeds, but look at the POA. It's kind of getting yellowed out. I used a product that's available from the big box store called Image and used the hose-in sprayer, went over this whole area. It just works, but it works very, very slowly. Wanted to take out all these weeds over here and give that Bermuda a good chance to really compete or out-compete it when we get into the spring and summer. So the POA is going to die anyway, but just wanted to show what that Image product does. I'll try to do a video soon on that, but you can really see the green haze from this side. Hopefully that shows up on video. That brings me to my other big project I just got done today, and I am beat. Look at those front shrubs. I'll try to flash in a little bit of B-roll. They were absolutely overgrown, 6-7 feet. These things were some kind of tea olive, which is more of like a tree than a shrub. So not what I really would have chose for foundation planting, but they look nice. They're here. I'm gonna go with it. This is what I'm gonna call my budget front rejuvenation. Did what's called a hard prune on them, or a rejuvenation prune. It's when you take them down and just, as you can see, just down to the basically the tree stalk part, and they should come back. You definitely don't want to do this too late in the season, so really winter or late winter and early spring is the best time to do this. They're going to start shooting out a lot of growth like that, and I'll be able to maintain them at a much lower, more manageable level. The goal is to keep them kind of at this window level, so about 3 to 3.5 foot instead of the 6-7 foot monsters these things were. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. I've got some long leaf pine straw in the bed, refreshed, looking good, so ready for the season. I do have some gaps here where there used to be some boxwoods. I'm going to add some other shrubs, and I'll do an upcoming video on that. Kind of a budget front makeover is what I'm going to call it. I'm trying to stick with about $100 or so, including what I spent on the pine straw and the couple of shrubs I'm going to add in over here. So really pleased with how this turned out. These are about 7 feet high over here. Definitely, it's the first time I've ever seen this part of the house. So really happy with how these turned out. Two more bags of the pine straw. Gonna clean up that bed and the mailbox bed down there. This one I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to do a rejuvenation on those hollies. Leave me a comment below if you think I should drop those things down, kind of like I did these other shrubs. I'm kind of leaning towards doing it. It's just a lot of work, so I don't know. I want to show you the cool season part of the lawn. It looks a lot better on the camera than it does in person. There is a ton of POA, both Annua and Trivialis mixed in. That Triv really loves these shaded, damp areas, and that's pretty much my whole entire cool season lawn is shaded and damp areas. I mean, it really honestly looks terrible. See how bad it looks when I get up close to it. Really nothing special on this. I'm just gonna mow it at about 3 to 3.5 inches. I'm gonna do some fertilizer soon to try to outcompete some of this POA junk and just kind of let it rip. A couple things really happened that hurt my cool season lawn. Same thing that happened to my shrubs. We had a really hard freeze in December. It was the first hard freeze we've had in about 5 years. That really did not help the young grass after I overseeded one bit. So I think that's part of the problem with it. Some of the other problems that I've got is just the moss and the rain that we had. I think we're up to almost 20 inches plus of rain just this year, not to mention what we got in the fall. It's just not made for a really good situation back here with the lawn. But cleaned up a little bit around the deck and just recycled the pine straw out of that front bed. Just believing, kind of trying to use everything that I can instead of just tossing it in bags and throwing it away. So next on the agenda, yeah, these guys, these gardenias, they look horrible. I hope they survive. I really think that they will. These things, when I bought the house 2.5 years ago, were sawed down to the bare stump, and they came back to really beautiful plants last year. Unfortunately, that hard freeze combined with a really ton of wind just desiccated these things, and I don't know. Are they gonna make it or not? We will see. But I'm definitely going to use, since these are a lot thinner, I'm gonna be able to use my just hedge trimmer attachment for my Echo and just chop these down really quick. Gonna go down to probably about 1 foot or 1.5 foot on these and see if they come back. But lawn up here above the wall is horrible. I don't know what to say. It's got POA out of control and still has a lot of moss. My first application of the Moss X was not very effective. It did take out a little bit, but it didn't really do a good job eliminating it. So turning back into nature up here. I'm really not gonna worry about this too much. I'm just gonna fertilize it for the spring and not gonna treat any weeds up here. Let the grasses here try to compete, survive, and then tackle this in the fall. Tried something different this year on my kind of natural tree area, and it seems to be helping. I left all the leaves. I'm gonna mulch them up soon. I was trying to keep the leaf cover over this area to help suppress some of the weeds that are germinating this time of year. It seems to be helping, but I am getting some weeds, particularly on the other side. I'm saving all of my stuff. There's the shrubs. There's leaves from under the deck. There's last year's compost pile. So that's the front shrub trimmings, grass clippings, all sorts of stuff turned into compost that I'm gonna use to top dress this and try to work on this clay soil this year. And there's the new compost bin starting. That's really where we are at with the lawn. Pretty rough up here, but we'll see what the fertilizer does to it. Technically could have already fertilized it. This is the area that we seeded that had nothing last year, so at least we have some grass, but we've still got this really bad, just rock hard concrete clay. So that's what the compost is going to hopefully help to amend. Got to clean the side of the house. That's on the to-do list. I think the pine straw, the recycled pine straw, actually turned out pretty good around here. You know, I really didn't want to spend any money around this deck because I end up just kind of raking all this off anyway when I clean up the leaves. And I'm kind of happy with how that turned out. Saved a little bit of money too. Pretty cool. Check these out. These iris bulbs, all of these, every single one of those came from the front beds. In the fall, I kind of started the rejuvenation with taking all these bulbs and dividing them and splitting them up. They were just out of control. Those things just spread, and you can divide them every year or two and plant them other places. I don't know if they're going to flower, but plenty of them. All right, so that wraps up the lawn tour and the yard tour for March 31st. Spring is officially here. Really excited about the upcoming season. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.